I didn't know my mother. All I knew was that she was a heroin addict. So the first half of my life was spent vowing never to take drugs, because I had the mindset that you take one drug, next thing you know, you're a heroin addict. And I soon met another young lady who was heavily into the adult scene and heavily into cocaine, and it wasn't long before I was. You don't see it come in. They mention that they're on it. You don't know that they're an addict. It was obvious that she was, looking back in retrospect. The friendship broke down. I still had my hobby, so to speak. So the money dried up, so I moved on to cheaper drugs. I started hanging around with the wrong crowd. I think I was kind of desperate for friends. And people were telling me, you know, they're not right. I know, but you're lonely. I never felt like I needed it, but it was always so readily available. Sometimes I'd make excuses for myself. And I think towards like the end, I've got to say, it's probably been the last 2 years, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I just didn't want to. But it was like a habit. I didn't need it and I didn't want it. I was just so used to doing it. And sometimes the excitement of finding someone and going to pick it up, you know, and the whole like mission of it, I was a bigger buzz than the actual drug itself. When I finally made the conscious decision to stop, I've done like a mile course with New Link Wales. I think that that'll look good on my resume as well. Not just because of that. I didn't even go for it for that. I thought I wanted to help people because I've been through it myself. I think that that's prepared me in a way, because I'd like to work in the substance misuse. I'd like to volunteer with them or even get a paid job if it came, you know, because I feel like I'm going somewhere now. I feel like I'm doing something with my life. I'm going to go back to college in September. I got accepted unconditionally. And people can talk to other people as much as they like, but I think that if you can relate to the person you're sharing a problem with, you're more likely to open up. You're more likely to take that book reading from someone who's been through it than the book reading from someone who doesn't even know more than one word for the word cocaine. I've been clean, so they say, for nearly a year now. I'd never really considered myself as an addict, but it sucks you in so quick. It's just not a good place to be.